Hello and welcome, my Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your Path of True Love reading for July 2020 or Timeless. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, and fellow Virgo Sun sign. Let's get down to it, shall we? My subscribers, thank you so very much for following along, for helping me on my YouTube journey. Very, very grateful. Started doing readings on YouTube about a year ago, well, at summer solstice. So very glad to be serving as the Virgo that I am for you all. If you are new to my channel, please do consider liking, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, because I'm putting out content relatively consistently, considering planet Earth and the amount of upload time it takes to get things up on the tube of you. But there you have it. And of course, feel free to comment in the comment section below, because that actually helps other people see stuff. Whatever. To clarify, we are doing a Path of True Love reading. The Path of True Love is your spiritual journey, your healing journey, your hero's journey through your relationships, learning to become unconditional love, true love, if you will. And we are going to be doing it through a Celtic cross spread, which, though a 10 position spread, we are going to be using 24 cards. I'll explain that as I go. Otherwise, please keep in mind this is a general read, not a specific read, right? I do those personally, one-on-one with people via the internet. If you want a reading, my info's below. Otherwise, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Stay focused in the breath to as best as you can to be in the present moment, to allow your body tell you, because the body doesn't lie. The body will tell you what feels right, what doesn't, in terms of what's accurate for you. Just because something feels painful doesn't mean it's not for us. That can be an intuitive hit too, cool? Particularly when it's like, oof, like that. So, we're signs that we are. You ready? All the decks that I read are in the description box below. We're going to start with one Caroline Myss archetype card to define you, someone you are dealing with on the path of true love for July 2020 or Timeless, or a situation you find yourself in on the path. Cool. Nice deep breath. Let's do this. There are also some links in the description box below going deeper into what the Path of True Love is and all that jazz, as well as soul contracts, twin flame, soulmates, all that kind of stuff. So go have a look-see-duck-see. But also they're really saying here, keep in mind, this is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and check your other signs. That's why I do Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Let's do this. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please bless this deck and please give us one card in clarity for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for July 2020 or Timeless. Whether this is them on the path, whether this is somebody else on the path, whether this is a situation they find themselves in, or any combination of those things or all of it together, please, what is the dominant archetype being dealt with here? The shadow and the light, the opportunity to heal, to grow, to learn, and to evolve, alchemizing lead into gold, the purification and refinement of a soul power on the path of true love for this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is the dominant archetype? July 2020 or Timeless? Ooh, the companion archetype. Lovely, lovely, lovely. One of the healing family archetypes. I have the companion archetype, and I'm a Virgo. Yay! I might be in this one. I wasn't in the Leo. I'm Leo Rising. I'm pretty sure that wasn't me. It wasn't me. Let me read you the shadow and the light here. The shadow is more the toxic side of it, the stuff you want to keep hidden even from yourself. Betrayal by misusing confidences, right? Like you find out, you know, someone bites their toenails. You're like, don't tell anybody. And you tell everybody, right? Betraying confidences. Loss of personal identity, which really points to a codependent thing here as well. Loss of personal identity, like where one person becomes the lesser. I mean, it's one thing to be the wind beneath somebody's wings, but in the shadow, it's not that. It's not that at all. It's sort of like who am I without you? Kind of thing. That's not great. But the light attribute, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness, man. I have got that loyalty and that tenacity, but not to everyone on earth. It's got to be a companion archetype relationship for me. Like that real sense. I have to be able to trust you. But then once that trust is gained, tenacity, loyalty, and unselfishness. I am a Virgo. I get a kick out of serving though. I get a kick. So before we hit that Celtic cross, now remember, this could be you, this could be another person that you're dealing with, but with the companion archetype, we're already talking about a one-on-one relationship. You can't be a companion with a room full of people, right? You can be companions with individuals in that room, right? So we're going to get you a Healing with the Angel Oracle card, sort of the angel that's walking with you on the path, to ask for its help as wanted or needed. Breathe. My angels and archangels, please, what is the healing angel from the Healing Angel Oracle offering their help, walking with the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for July 2020 or timeless? What is the angel that walks with them on the path of true love, July 2020 or timeless? Oh, the angel of romance. Yes. It's witch work. So psyched. A companion romantic relationship, sign me up. But don't worry, we've got 22 more cards to go. Now how I'm going to do this, it's a 10-card spread. I'm going to lay out the first 10 cards face down, Daughters of the Moon Tarot, Voices of the Gods and the Goddesses, and then I will go one at a time through them and clarify each one with a Chuck Spezzano love pack. This is kind of fun. I really like this. I think for any kind of journey-oriented read, Celtic Cross is really perfect for it, unless you do like the timelines, but I find these more in-depth. More like a GPS picture, right? Like when you turn on your GPS, it shows you the neighborhood, sort of like that. Let's do this. Breathe. Yeah, I'm in now. If I wasn't in before, I am in now. My gods and my goddesses, please. Let's do these one at a time, please. Celtic cross spread. I'm going to give a nice, good shuffle first for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for July 2020 or timeless. My gods and my goddesses, please, can I get one card to cover this Virgo? Can I get a card that crosses them on the path? Can I get what's at the core of the path for them right now, known or unknown? What is, that one, behind them on the path? What crowns them on the path? What is before them on the path? What is the lesson currently on the path? How does the path appear from the world, outside looking in, horizontal trajectory? What is the destiny to be hewn from fate on the hero's journey on the path of true love? And what is the most probable outcome at this moment in this timeline of this lifetime of this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, path of true love, July 2020 or timeless? Let's do this. Before I do though, the Chuck Spezzano love pack has 4 suits to it. You see the problem suit, which is half of the deck, so literally the deck is stacked with problems, but that's really good for a path of true love read, so that you know what it is that the alchemy, right? What is the lead? What is the toxicity? What is it that needs healing, right? Otherwise, you're kind of flying blind. I mean, this path of true love is a mystical path. It's mostly mystery anyway, so we're just trying to get you some landmarks along the journey, right? The rest of the deck is the suit of luck, the suit of healing, and the suit of grace. So it does balance itself out. Let's see what you get, my ascended masters. We ready? My gods and goddesses, we ready? Let's do this. What's the card that covers us? Indecision. 2 of flames. Everybody says 2 of blades or 2 of swords is indecision. That's analysis. It's going back and forth, thinking about something. This is in terms of indecision about something that you want. Do I want to do this or do I want to do that? I don't know. Well, I might want to do this. Now, Mahueha, Polynesian fire goddess, I mean, obviously fire in your hands, that can very much be the, okay, now what? It's like, okay, I'm no longer at the ace. I've got the new beginning. I've got the inspiration, the creativity, but like when you're hungry and you have nothing ready made, but you've got a fully stocked kitchen, right? You're like, hungry, bread and butter, creme brulee, right? But you're going to have to put it all together yourself, right? What do I want? And it's not a question of knowing that you want, but how, right? Do I want to do this or do I want to do that? So there's some indecision here. It might even be simple choice. Choice and decision is a matter of intensity, is a difference in intensity. So let's see, here we go. It's only a 2. My masters, can you please clarify this for the Virgo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign? Got the romance card. Got the romance card. Got the freaking romance card from the Suit of Luck. So you want the romance, you just don't know what to do about it. I can sort of relate. There might be a choice between 2 or more. There might be a thing of maybe you danced with this person and then you broke up and you want to go back. So there's like, I want, but the romance, obviously, it's a double duty here. D-U-T-Y. What's the situation? Okay, if you have any planets in Leo, same card, same position, and you saw I pulled them one at a time. I didn't pull them from the top of the deck like I usually would do. Whoa, the Death card, the card of transformation, the Phoenix. If you have any planets in Leo or are dealing with a Leo, the exact same card in the exact same position. It's so, I mean, obviously there aren't 10 billion cards in the deck. Just the mathematical odds, I get it. I really shuffled the cards in between them. I do it so that I don't have this moment, right? Here we go. My masters, can you please clarify for this Virgo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, what is so great? They have this indecision about a romance. I can relate. This may not be about me directly. That's a Leo rising for you. Is this about me? Can you please clarify this, my Ascended Masters? What is this Death card about? The transformation into tenderness. Apparently there was some heaviness and some harshness here that has been burned off from the flames of the Phoenix, the crucible of transformation. The Dark Night of the Soul, the Shamanic Descent, whatever you want to call it. They're not the same thing. The Shamanic Descent and the Dark Night of the Soul, I can lecture on that extensively, scripturally as well as personally, but with tenderness, that you have been tenderized. You got pounded like veal piccata. You've been tenderized. I used that phrase on Scruff the other day. It made me laugh. Pound you like veal piccata. Yeah, it does feel like what you've been going through here has brought out the more tender side of you, or that's the process that you're going through. What were once not necessarily unhealthy boundaries, but once defenses, your defenses that were up, your hard places. Where it's like a callus builds up, right? Like at first time it's really sensitive and it hurts, but you keep doing it, eventually you build up a callus. And that reduces tenderness, right? And you know, when something is wounded and tender, that's different. That's not the kind of tender we're talking about here. We're talking about a luck card. So you got romance and tenderness. It's like, you know who this person is. I don't feel like this is a question of, do I want a romance or not? I don't feel like that's the indecision here. Not with that not with your second card down, the Death card. You know this person, and you know that it's tender. You know this ain't just about sex. What's at the core? Oh, another one, another major arcana card. The moon. The moon. Yeah. At the core of this, everything's freaking mysterious. You don't know. You don't know. There's so much confusion and so much illusion and so much... I even feel like there's a touch of glamour on this. Like things may not be as they appear to be. And remember, glamour just doesn't mean glamour, right? You know, it can mean things aren't as they appear to be. And so you're going to have to trust your deep gut on this, which is hard when you have an indecision, right? That to trust that the intuitive path, the path is always under our feet. But there are moments when the moon is full and we're standing at the water's edge that we can see the path, but it's always there, always under our feet. So to feel that out. My Ascended Masters, please, some clarity on this one. if you don't mind, for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Yemaya, African Orisha, like there's any other kind. For the Moon here in their core position, it's the Janet Jackson card. Control. Yeah. Are you trying to control this? Are you trying to control your feelings? Good luck. We all are. Considering what we're going through, we're all trying to control our feelings, but there might also be a fear of being controlled by something larger than yourself, because us Virgos just love being controlled, said no one ever. Unless they don't know their astrology. Subs aside, Sub-Zero. There is definitely a vibe here that you don't have control over this feeling, but you've been pretending you do. Yeah, you're definitely being pulled along by a magnetic force here. This is a path of true love. You know, true love is divine love. What do you think's going to win? Oh, you think your ego's going to win against true love? Oh, you'll suffer. You'll burn. You'll twist. You'll turn. But they always win. The gods always win. What's behind you? What's in your behind here? What's behind you? The learner. So there have been lessons learned. You might have learned the hard way, hence the transformation you're going through right now, rising from those ashes. Eight of Pentacles absolutely puts in there learning through experience, right? It's not just book learning, it's tangible, it's hands-on, it's pentacle, it's element of earth. My Ascended Masters, can you clarify that, please, for the Virgo? Eight of Pentacles in the past, what's going on there? Yeah, holding on. You were holding on to something, or something was holding on to you. Feels like that's done. Well, if it's not done yet, you are seriously being pulled towards a romantic something or other that feels new. It's a 2. This feels like, with this 8 behind you, this holding on of the problem, you're moving toward, or you're being prepared for real tenderness, not for codependency. Someone who will hold that space for you no matter what you're going through without the claws going in, so to speak. The hooks, the attachments, the conditions, right? We don't realize, look, there's nothing wrong with having healthy boundaries in a romantic relationship. It's necessary. It's like, ooh, just don't touch me there. No one touches me there. Like cats. I'm a cat person. They'll let you know, right? But it's very different when it's the conditional, like, I love you so much, but if you ever look at another person, right? You know, it can get very toxic because you're trying to control it. Now, look, don't beat yourself up for being a control freak, by the way, with this card of control. Everybody's got their control freak on something. Right? Mine tends to be things that don't do what they say they're going to do, particularly gadgets. Drives me up a wall, right? Or a computer thing, right? It's supposed to do this and it doesn't. Or, oh, people being late. But I'm a Virgo, right? So notice it's more that detail-y stuff. This feels like you're trying to hold down emotions here that you have for someone. But you had to let go. There was a holding on there, and a great lesson was learned there. A real wisdom, like you'll never forget. You may forget it here, but you won't forget it viscerally. What's crowning? What comes next? Manipulation. Now, don't freak at the word. It's the 6 of Blades, right? The 6 of Blades is balance. It's like mental balance. Traditional tarot, Rider-Waite. The gondola, right? The guy who's taking the woman and the kid across from choppy waters to smooth waters. So this could be your next step in terms of confession, right? Maybe to somebody, but maybe to a counselor. Some sort of mental healing, meditation, mental manipulation. It's an air element, right? Has no reverse. It's all how you want to juggle it, right? Like the word spin. That's another form of mental manipulation. Like something horrible happens and you give it a positive spin because the yin and yang of stuff, there's light and shadow and everything. Or something wonderful happens and someone comes in and pisses on your Cheerios, right? In your Cheerios to give you the negative spin on it. But that's what's coming now, is a lot of mental work. And don't be surprised, Virgo, ruled by Mercury retrograde, we're still in Mercury retrograde, that your mind changes about this and you start seeing it differently. But the moon's in control of this one, not you. So you can think and think and think and think and think. You may not be able to escape what you truly feel, though the mind may be somewhat obscuring it out of denial. More than a river in Egypt. Breathe. My Ascended Masters, could you please step on the same foot at the same time? My chakra's falling off. One card in clarity. Hi, Madeline. One card in clarity for this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Please clarify that card of manipulation with self-worth. Now, I am really going to say to you, if you have any planets in Leo, to go check it, because the Destiny position had the lack of self-worth card, problem card, in the Destiny position, the 9th position. So just saying, there seems to be some overlap here between the Leo and the Virgo. Now, I am a Virgo with a Leo rising, so I will take that into consideration for myself as well. But this is one of the healing cards. This is about the therapy, the counseling, the healing process of understanding your own worth. You are a hidden child of the gods, but they hid it so well you don't even know it. You're perfect as you are. You're perfect in progress. Just because an infant doesn't understand algebra yet doesn't mean it's not perfect. You are worthy. You're worthy of everything. I'm sorry for whatever happened to you, that your self-worth was ever challenged by you or anybody else. But that's life on planet Earth, by the way. That just comes with the curriculum. My God, this is a really, really good reading. It seems like one of the things that's transforming is your point of view of yourself. You are a piece of heaven masquerading in earth. Never said that before. Let's keep going. What's before you on the path? Ten of Flames. Now, not the exhaustion that you see in other decks. I really like this deck because it's the Hora. Hava Nagida, Hava Nagida. If you've ever been to a Jewish wedding, bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, all at once, that's a party. I got so drunk at a bar mitzvah once. They had oranges and they cut them in half, hollowed them out, soaked them in water, freezed them so they were like little orange cups, and served ice cold vodka in them. It was such a good one. I wasn't driving. So I have lots of foggy but good memories of bar mitzvahs when I get invited as the witch of the family. So the Hora is about the completion of the cycle of fire. It feels like you're going to get what you want from this 2 of Flames to the 10. The amount of time, tarot doesn't do timing as well as people want it to. But I will say that this is probably within, if not the month of July 2020 or the month from when you are watching this, you at least come from a place of completion with this 2 of Flames and are able to start again new. A real clarity about what you want, but certainly a celebration. Something that you've really, really wanted manifests at least within yourself. Let's see. All right, that's why we have clarifiers. Please, my Ascended Masters, can you clarify this for the Virgos? Hey, hey, hey. Okie dokie. You've got the card of revenge, a problem card. So look, I don't know if this is you taking revenge or you wanting revenge, but I will say someone's not going to be thrilled by this. Someone is not going to be completely thrilled that you got what you wanted. Now, this might be the completion of this holding on relationship that you're letting go of in the past. Does feel that way, that it runs its course. Hold on. Yeah, I hear you. See, for some of you, how this is going to play out is that there are 3 people involved here. You, Virgo Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, someone from the past, and someone that so many scenarios, it's all going like that in the quantum. Someone that you want to be with, but that you were with somebody and now you're letting go of that, and they're not going to be thrilled that you're going to get what you want. So it feels like the person that you're moving towards, this tenderness and this romance that's calling you, that you're trying to keep under control emotionally because you may not be out of this old thing yet, like, they're not going to be thrilled. Now, revenge is a weird thing because we always think of revenge, it's sort of the shadow side of justice, right? But this woman's about to Wile E. Coyote this couple underneath her. I drop a boulder on them like she's from Colorado or something. Talk about a rolling rock, little Sisyphean in reverse. we're really looking at somebody here who might even hurt themselves, right? To take revenge on you, to go and do the thing that, oh yeah, you're going to do that. Well, watch what I'm going to do, and just really run off in the wrong direction. But I'm going to tell you, you're not responsible for other people's emotions, and no one is responsible for yours. Particularly as adults, we have to learn not to control our emotions, but to understand what they are, that there are energies moving through us, right? That we are not our emotions, that you have to feel it to heal it. I just get a feeling you're going to get what you want. Oh, and it might have a little bit of, oh, on your side, a little bit of, right? Like whatever this toxicity was, you learned your lesson, and there might be a little FU in this FUN. I've said that before. It was really cool. Clear audience for fun and profit. Wow. There might be a little FU in this FUN. It does feel like you're going to get what you want, but there's an edge to it. It's very New York. It's like marrying your ex's best friend or something, just to click. Although you might be marrying the wrong person that way, but you know what I'm saying. Interesting cross. Let's look at the staff. What's your lesson? Your lesson is Kali, the Tower, the Awakener. There is a spiritual awakening going on here through all of this. There is a destruction of the old going on so that you can rebuild something. So your lesson has to do with a form of enlightenment. Now, I'm sure we would all love to keep that in the Eastern philosophy sense of, no, this is being struck by lightning. You were asleep and now you're awake. You were under an illusion and it ain't there no more. You've been struck by lightning, honey, and light is truth. You're walking the path of true love. I don't think you knew you were walking the path of true love. You might not have believed true love was a thing at some point. But love bug will get you if you don't watch out. How's that for an oldie? You have no idea, do you? Our gang. Breathe. Oh, this feels good though. My Ascended Masters, can you please clarify? Can you please clarify this Tower card in the lesson position for this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love, July 2020, or timeless? I mean, this is making so much sense to me intellectually as well as intuitively. So what has been struck by lightning, or what is that lightning they have been struck by? Your naivete is being struck by lightning. Perhaps you thought, oh, well, if it's meant to be, it'll all work out. Like you're just going to be passive? This is the path of true love. This is not romper room. This is not let me chew your food for you. This is a warrior's path in terms of courage and honor, right? And discipline and all that jazz. You have been, your naivete has been struck by lightning. I think that there was stuff going on in this past relationship you thought could never go on, and it went on, and it's come out. It has probably come out, and you're like, I'm off like a prom gown, and I am moving in this new direction. It feels like you're going to move in that direction. It's going to pick up momentum, and this person that you've left behind is either going to take some sort of revenge, but it's understandable if they've been holding on, or there's going to be that touch of revenge in it for you for what you've been through. Not great. 6th and 10th position. You can change those. They're there to be changed. So I could understand if your sense of naivete has been destroyed. That doesn't mean feel all the feelings, feel all the rage, the anger, the frustration, and the vengeful feelings, but think of that as that tantruming child inside of yourself that needs more love, not less, right? That's your job. Parent that child. Let it have its feelings. Let it scream. Let it rail. Just don't let it drive. Literally or metaphorically until it's ready. From the outside looking in, shall we? Your path of true love is very four of Pentacles from the outside looking in. Very secure. Look, I'm telling you, where you are moving towards a much more stable place. A well that never runs dry. Yes, you still have to go and retrieve from that well. It's not being poured down your throat all day long. You have to go, you may have to do the work to build that more solid foundation, but that's what the path is offering here. Security. Security. It's Four of Pentacles, but I love this. It's women in an African village refilling their jugs at the communal well. There's a lot of love in that card for me, at least vibrationally right now. My Ascended Masters, can you please clarify that? Four of Pentacles, security card. The security Four of Pentacles in the position of how the world sees this path of true love for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Please clarify that for us. The Grace card of beauty. Secure and beautiful. They give me the image of like an amusement park. I don't know that it's a roller coaster, but you know how it's on a track? Like it's on rails. Oh, this thing corners like it's on rails. I just Pretty Woman you. I think corners like it's on rails. And then she got railed. This is sort of like that, but maybe through the tunnel of love, you know? This secure, beautiful. You have some leeway here. I don't really feel like if there is an external movement of revenge on you concerning this Ten of Flames, I feel like you're going to be fine. I think you're going to be like, darling, I'm sorry, but yeah. The Destiny. Ah, man, the criticism card, the Nine of Blades. Darling, you got to take a look at what's going on in your mental field. Where you are on the path of true love right now is there is a lot of overthinking and a lot of critical thinking. Now, critical thinking is good in a critical situation. Critical thinking is good in a critical care unit, right? Think not just detail, micro detail. Critical care unit, they are not just taking your blood pressure, right? It's every stat they can possibly get. Critical thinking, critical thought, critical drawing, right? Look up the word. You get that it's not just all about being nitpicky. When something's being critical, it's a Virgo thing. Critical, that means like microscopically analytical is really what that means, like getting the little particles of data, which we love, right? That's our thing. But you might be, to a point, fencing yourself in with too much thought on this to the point where it's keeping you up at night. That's Nine of Blades. I'll now give you my impersonation of the Nine of Swords from the Rider-Waite Tarot. Right? It's like nightmare after nightmare. Wake up, it's still going on kind of dealio. Well, let's see. I mean, it's not a negative card, but that's the vibe it's got there. That you might be, oh, well, you're a Virgo. Of course you're overthinking the crap out of everything. Well, and what's your cover card right now? The Two of Flames. So it's not going to help you overthinking. Well, particularly if you're anticipating all these different outcomes, you may very well be tuning to every possible quantum choice and decision, but until you actually play the game, you don't know which reality is going to come and meet your choice. It doesn't work that way. Only the ego anticipates. Breathe. The soul simply knows. Please, my masters, can you please clarify this Nine of Blades? In the Destiny position, where they are on the hero's journey on the path of true love for this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, what you got for them? Giving oneself. Giving oneself. Healing card of giving oneself. I gotta say, you are overthinking about how you want to extend yourself to somebody. And I think that is a big chunk of this romantic indecision that you are going through. You are trying to control your emotions. You're dealing with someone who's vengeful. This is either the same person that they were holding on, you were holding on, but you still love them and you want to make it work. Or these are two different people. Again, the quantum, it's going to play itself out differently. But with that giving of yourself, you're really trying to consider overthinking into the detail of whether or not to give of yourself and give of your love. Love is never wrong. Love is never wrong. Give of your love, even silently. Start there. Do it through prayer. Love what rises within yourself. Allow that love to move through you. Now look, giving of oneself is definitely a service thing. Service is a Virgo deal. Hello? Look what I do for a living. Please, you think I get a day off? Muggles work from sun to sun. Witches work is never done. But a lot of over focus on this in some way. What is your current outcome according to the current choices made? Seven of Blades. Now, I know in other decks the Seven of Blades is the sneaky card. It's not this way in this deck, which is why I love this deck so much. This is meditation. This is about stillness. This is about going within. Not stilling the mind so much, but that silence of meditation and contemplation, like ice fishing. Like her eyes are not closed. She is staring at that hole in the ice, ready to poke it when a fish head pops itself up, or similar. So meditate on what? Meditation on what? Definitely says to be continued, by the way. Like, I think your time of contemplation and meditation is going to go on for a bit longer. Even though this Ten of Flames presents itself. Now look, that Ten of Flames could be the end of this holding on situation here too, now that I look at it, but it's not going to go well. I mean, if it's an amicable parting, wonderful, but then I don't think that would be that revenge thing. Just remember, people can take revenge by hurting themselves. It's an odd, unexpected thing, and sometimes they take revenge through self-abuse, right? Not just hurting themselves or making bad decisions, but through drugs, alcohol, toxic relationships. You're not responsible for any of that. You're just not. All right, breathe. My Ascended Masters, please clarify the Seven of Blades, the card of meditation, in their probable outcome. Happiness. Happiness. The truth is that whoever it is that you are in this romantic thing with, you might be pulled between two people, hence these Two of Flames things. The one you're really meditating who you would be happy with. Now, mentally, you're only going to be able to get so far with that because the highest possibilities come to be whether we imagine them or not. That's the divine plan. Infinite variety of them. The one you experience is the ones that the gods, the angels, the masters say, yeah, they need 5,035. Plug in 5,035 and like a Lego brick, click. They click in that particular quantum holographic phrase, chapter, book, what have you, program. But to meditate on happiness, and remember, I'm getting this from the Course in Miracles, happiness is a decision I must make. A happiness within, right? That's ultimately what the path of true love is becoming that happiness that no one can take away from you, the peace that passeth understanding, all of that, and a side of fries. Isn't easy though. Lovely t-shirt, lovely pillow, lovely philosophy. Not the easiest thing in the world to put into play. But that's why we have these relationships, to transform us. Either helping each other heal or teaching each other to heal, right? So, interesting Celtic cross. You got two more cards down. We're going to ask the Whispers of Love Oracle, the voices of the higher selves, for a piece of inspiration, clarity, guidance, and grace from the higher selves of all involved, fifth dimensional and above. Breathe. Okay. Okay, I hear you. Higher selves of all involved. My own possibly included here. Please, one card in clarity for the Virgo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love, July 2020, or timeless. What have you got for them? What is the whisper of love that you have for your physical embodiment, the Virgo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love, July 2020, or timeless? Spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. All right. So we're looking at a past life rerun. Could be both people if there are two. Could be this whole scenario has played itself out before. Maybe you were in a union, what do they call those things? An arranged marriage, an arranged situation, a political marriage, and could not be with the one that you love, and you're sort of playing this one out. Here's the question: which one is tribal and which one is personal? In other words, which is the one that you're like, but what if everybody, what will they think? that you would pull away from the one that perhaps everybody likes and knows and is comfortable with to go with the one that is really the one that calls your soul to grow. Yeah, there is a spiritual connection going on here, and it feels like it is all the way around. Last card down, Healing Mantra card from the Healing Mantra deck by KAHN. Work this mantra. It will help you heal on the path of true love. Shall we? From the Ascended Masters, who gave you, really, the clarifying cards. Breathe. My Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity. What is the perfect healing mantra for this Virgo collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for July 2020 or timeless. Considering romance is said twice here. We've got a companion archetype. There's a spiritual connection. Feels like one of them is definitely a soul contract twin flame. The one in the past, possibly. The one in the future, or the one they're being called to, feels a bit more soulmatey. Maybe it's the same person and it's the alchemization from a twin flame to a soulmate, which I hear is incredibly rare, but the gods can do anything they want with the script, right? So please, what is their healing mantra, regardless of what anybody else does in this, for July 2020 or timeless? I love it because this one has a jingle I've attached to it. Amplifying abundance. You want to hear the jingle? The hell yes you do. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. Boop. Just drew a pentacle there for you. You're welcome. Wow. So definitely no question here. You're going to get what you want. You're going to get what you want. And I don't mean that you're going to get what you want, all right? No, this is really, really lovely. I will read it from the book because it's not about having more than enough. It's about understanding that the universe is going to get you everything that you need and maybe even a good chunk of what you want and desire here. In exchange for you letting your light shine, you letting your truth shine. I'll read it to you. It's a good card. You can tell I've had this card because I made a jingle. I don't do that with all of them. Sorry, what? Yeah, amplifying abundance. Amplifying abundance. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. When you are abundant, you feel confident that life will always meet your needs, whether things go according to plan or not. You know those plans, the best laid plans of mice and men. Abundance is not a matter of having more than enough, but of seeing from the soul's perspective that only your ideas and beliefs can ever limit your experience. And I just want to check. Oh, well, Six of Blades and the crowning. There's the thoughts and the beliefs and the ideas that you can manipulate. Got it. This mantra will be very helpful for you, I would think. Abundance is a readiness. Now catch this. This is a different definition. Abundance is a readiness to be supported by the universe in exchange for letting your light shine at full capacity. And light and truth are the same thing. So it's letting your truth shine, being who you are, being authentic. So if you were in a toxic relationship and the truth came out, that's a good thing. It's part of your abundance, although the fallout is a nightmare, particularly if you were struck by truth in general. This mantra is ideal for unraveling beliefs of lack and scarcity, overcoming fear, and increasing confidence. Very, very interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up the larger picture of this puppy, and we'll see what else the gods show me from the GPS POV and see what else pops. All right, take a nice deep breath. Magic clap. Because this whole path here is definitely the companion archetype, the shadow attribute, betrayal by misusing confidences, loss of personal identity, and I get the feeling that the person you're moving away from knows things about you, and that's why you stayed so long, because they could reveal the secrets and the stuff that they found out about you, about your past, or about who you are. So that might have kept you stuck in there a little bit longer. You might not give a crap anymore, because the light attribute, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. Now, you might have been very unselfish in this past relationship, but you learned your lesson there. You might have the companion archetype, but it does feel like there was some private stuff here that was being misused or shared shared outside of the confidentiality of the partnership, or at least out of the companionship. And you've got the healing angel of romance. I would call upon it daily, honestly, and I think I will be doing that for myself, Virgo, that I am, just as a Virgo precaution, because we're looking at the Two of Flames here, the indecision. Now, again, I am a Virgo, and I've got some romantic possibilities that have happened for me over the past week, but I wouldn't say I'm in the place of Two of Flames as much as I'm like, okay, well, I'm not marrying anybody this week, so no, yes, right? But romance is a different vibe. That's fine for like physical activity on an app. But this feels like the hearts are engaged here. That's why I'm not directly feeling very plugged in to this reading on a personal level as a Virgo, but whoever this is for, this is a lucky thing that you are feeling this romance for perhaps either the same person who was holding on that you've let go. Like I said, some of you it's playing out that way, but for others, definitely this is somebody else that you're really indecisive about maybe how to move forward. Because you are going through the Phoenix, you are going through the death card phase right now in this situation. You are in the furnace, you are in the oven going from cookie dough to cookie. It's not pleasant, but there is a certain tenderness here. You really do know that whoever this is that you have this romantic feeling for, it is tender and it is sweet and it feels very deep, if not terribly meaningful at the moment. It is very deep because here we have the Yemaya, the moon in the what's within, right? What's at the core of this situation. But there is a control issue, a problem here. You're trying to control your feelings. You're trying not to feel them, and it's not making it easier. It's like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. You can do it for a while, but you just can't do it forever, right? It's going to pop up. And it feels like there was a lot of this going on in this past situation with the Eight of Pentacles and holding on. Like there really was. This was a problematic relationship here. But nonetheless, the lessons that were learned by all involved. Eight of Pentacles, very hard, but very, very, very worth it. Moving now, or at least what's coming next, the Six of Blades, a mental manipulation. I highly recommend the Amplifying Abundance mantra here to kind of move the mind into that place of self-worth, to understand that you are enough, right? That you are abundance. Eckhart Tolle talks about that a lot. Well, sort of more in his earlier work, I guess, that the abundance that we look for is within. And we're like, thanks, Eckhart. But yeah, I know. I have the t-shirt and the pillow and the pennant and the hat. But there is a healing here of self-worth for you when you understand that you just have to let your light shine. Be authentic. Be the loving self that you are. Of course, there's going to be pain involved in that as you go, but that's worth it. You are worth it. Because moving in really into what's before you on the path with that revenge card on top of the Hora, the Ten of Flames, it really does feel like this past relationship is not just done, but that you get really far in terms of what it is that you want in this new romance, unless it's the same person. But if it's the same person, that revenge thing bothers me a lot. That's what makes me think that these are two different people, but it feels like you know who the newer person is, if that makes sense, or the one that you wanted to be with but couldn't. Looking at the lesson here, you've been struck by lightning. And your naivete has been struck by lightning. Perhaps you were trying to protect someone and they ended up doing the majority of the damage to you. Like that kind of thing. Like you thought you were the great big villain on the stage and you found out that there was somebody else who was doing you dirty, right? Needless to say, the illusions have been destroyed or are in process of doing so. That's why you are going through the Phoenix moment. In the current situation where you are, what crosses you is this intense but tender transformation. I mean, yes, your heart may have been demolished in some ways, but it has become more tender, like tenderizer, like being pounded like veal piccata. From the outside looking in, this, where you are right now, or the path right now, is not just secure, but it is beautiful. And I do feel like this love that you want, this romance, is going to give you a great sense of stability and security while being very beautiful. Now, it might be that one of you is beautiful, you are beautiful, both of you are beautiful, or just the two of you are beautiful together, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Check off the boxes as they go. Just feels like very much like a true love relationship. But where you are right now is you are at this critical juncture. That card of criticism, the Nine of Blades, just overthinking the crap out of giving yourself, of doing the healing work, of extending yourself to somebody in a healing and say, please, can we heal this? I really want to do this. But what is being shown in your outcome, at least for now, is the Seven of Blades, contemplation, meditation about happiness. That you really are trying perhaps to make sure that your own mental health and happiness is in alignment before you really extend yourself in that giving of oneself. I do have a feeling that this person you have this romantic attraction to, you have been with before or have known before, maybe were friends, never got the chance to be together. So I get there's a lot of like mental gymnastics going on here. Instead of that Nine of Blades, try and move into that Seven of Blades, that place of stillness. Not that you're avoiding the situation, but you're connecting with the inherent happiness of the soul, which usually comes, like I get high off of my ethics, off of kindness, off of compassion. That's what brings the soul quality of happiness out of me when I really serve as a Virgo. Even if I'm just holding a door open for somebody, saying please and thank you, giving someone a compliment in that way, I do get a nice buzz, sometimes a buzz that can last all day long from that. So then looking at what is the point of view of your higher self, it's saying this is a spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime, and I am going to say that could be everyone involved here. This just feels like a replay from a past life where you were married to somebody out of obligation, but you fell in love with somebody or were in love with somebody else, but had to do what the tribe wanted you to do. And so your life was never your own. And in this life, you get the opportunity to be with the person you really want to be with, because it feels like you redid the marriage of obligation, that the only reason you stayed was out of obligation with that holding on going on there, but that you are moving towards a place of much more freedom, and let's call it what it is, abundance, because you can amplify your abundance in all of this with the mantra, abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. And I certainly see that in that card of self-worth, the healing card of self-worth, in your fifth position, the crowning position, to manipulate the mind in that way, to prepare yourself for what lay ahead. Perhaps this revenge thing, it would be a good Teflon coating to have your abundance in play and your self-worth already stabilized here, because there is really something beautiful and abundant, secure and beautiful about where you are headed. Well, my Virgs, I'm very happy for us, actually. I hope this does play out. Although I am having a good time being single right now. I live on Long Island, so we're in some of the latter phases. So I've been having friends over, and we've been socially distancing. But they've all been tested, so it's all been good. You're HIV negative and COVID negative. Hi, come on over, even if you're HIV positive, as long as you're on your meds, right? It's enough for a conversation, maybe a cocktail of something or other. So may the Virgo Collective, myself included, be blessed with all that we need on the path of true love for July 2020. Our timeless to heal, to grow, to discover our self-worth, to amplify our abundance, to just to commune with the angel of romance, and to take this forward on the path of true love for our well-being and for the well-being of all, in fulfillment of the divine plan. So mote it be. And so it is. Please do consider liking, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and commenting on this video. Help other people see it if it helped you. Otherwise, wishing you, anyway, the very best and the very blessed of the path of true love, my Virgo family. Virgo power. I know it's witch's honor. It could be both. It could be both and. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of the path of true love for July 2020, or timeless. Hail. Farewell. I love you so much. I really do love you so much. And blessed, blessed be.